The path to Rideau Hall for Mary Simon began in 1947 in the northern Quebec village of Kanyakswalachak, an Inuit village of a few hundred on the shores of Ungava Bay.
My mother was Inuk and my father was from the south, was manager of the local Hudson Bay Company post. I spent my adolescence in Nunavik, living a very traditional lifestyle.
As a child, Simon was forced to attend a federal day school in nearby Kuujjuaq, and she was forbidden to speak her own language, Inuktitut, and though the school was in Quebec, instruction was in English only. By the 1970s, she had joined the CBC Northern Service as a broadcaster, and by the end of the decade, she had begun her transition into public service, working for various organizations representing Canada's Inuit.
She knows what it's like living on the land, where she's come from and where she is today, but she has never, ever forgotten where she's come from.
In the early 80s, she attended constitutional talks hosted by Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau and quickly made her mark challenging the PM.
Everybody's going to shake their head and they're going to say, well, we spent way too much time on the Equality Clause, and yet we're talking about a fundamental right.
I wish you and your sisters would take it out of your head that somehow we're deliberately trying to frustrate the concept of equality. At least in the law, everybody is assured here, you hear, that we are not. Simon?
As people, we have one interest, and that is our collective and individual rights. And all I'm saying here is that as someone that represents both sides, I'd like to see the Equality Clause once and for all settled.
In the 1990s, the Canadian government would ask Simon to serve as Canada's ambassador for circumpolar affairs and Canada's ambassador to Denmark. Most recently, she has worked to improve Inuit education.
Mary Simon has been a diplomat. She has been a leader. She also has run foundations in relation to children and youth. She's been a tireless advocate for Inuit.
Simon says she fully expects to continue her lifelong work advancing the interests of Inuit and other Indigenous peoples, now as the Canadian representative of Queen Elizabeth II.
There are very important responsibilities associated with my role that will help the working relationship of Canadians and Indigenous people.
And beginning Monday, she will begin that new chapter in a life of work for the Arctic and its peoples. David Akin, Global News, Ottawa.